Okay, this is MXUX. This is a BON, back of the napkin. Sales forecast for Aptera. I made a video recently and about the possibility of Aptera manufacturing with Foxconn as a contract manufacturing agent. And people were questioning, the need for this and so forth. And I said I was working on a sales forecast, and this is the sales forecast I was working on. So this is back of the napkin. This is not gap accounting principles or anything. Now this is domestic sales of the VW Beetle. Let's just go, before I click on this link, I don't know if we need to use the link right here. That was for reference. We're going to do with 1970 model sales year, okay? And they did 378,000 units. And this is in the USA only. The total number of VW bugs made, I didn't get that number, but this is easy to tell you. It is the most manufactured vehicle in the history of manufacturing in the history of the world. Okay, I am comparing the Aptera 2E to the Volkswagen Bug. I think it is essentially the same vehicle made for a similar purpose. Some people have said Aptera is a 2-seat, Bug was a 4-seat. Fair enough. Nobody used the back seat anyway. So this is just a reference point for, what these kind of vehicles sell for. Okay? I mean, how many of them sell? This is pretty cool. Let me see if I can open this. This is a 67 VW for sale on eBay, just for comparison. That's what a VW looks like in 67 with the sunroof. Here is the sales, $1,900. Okay, that's what a VW cost in 1967. So the base, that is that's $10,000 in 2022 dollars. Okay, so let's just say the Aptera is 3 times that. So if we compare it to 1970, we got a bit of inflation, but it's a totally different vehicle, of course. The VW, you could take apart the engine on your living room floor. Very simple vehicle. Aptera is same, very similar in the construction and engineering, but it's a battery electric vehicle. There's a lot more technology involved. Now, that's one benchmark we can use. The second one is the Pontiac Fiero, the much maligned, however, a very similar car, a 2-seater that was built during an energy crisis to meet the needs of commuters initially. There was a high performance version came out. I'll just say, let's forget the Wikipedia page. The first year of the Pontiac Fiero, they sold 138,000, let's say 136,000 vehicles. During the run, and it was only a 4-year run, and it was plagued by engine fires and a lot of GM manufacturing hiccups. This was the widest, lowest car and the only mid-engine car to that date that General Motors had ever built. The total production was 370,000 units. But the first year, and this was a new car, much like the Aptera, and again, a commuter vehicle, a 2-seater, much like the Aptera, 135, let's say 136,000 units. 136,000 units. Okay? And again, in 4 years, it was averaging 100,000 a unit with the engine fires and everything else. But let's just go with this first year figure on the launch. And here's let's just open this in a new tab here. This is a Pontiac Fiero on eBay, just so you can get an idea of what this car. It's kind of this has got this is the Indy model. It's got a nose and a whale tail on it that they used to keep it on the ground when it was pacing the racers at Indy. But just to give you an idea of what it looks like, the prehistoric Aptera, doesn't it? Little bit, little bit. We can see some little there, I don't know, you put one wheel back there instead of two. Anyway, this will give you an idea of what we're benchmarking this off of. And again, this is probably a very similar wheelbase. And I think the Aptera 2E, the two motor version, has a bit more horsepower than the stock model of this, although there were many variations of this car made. Now you can see there's a two-seat interior, very much like the Aptera. And anyway, enough of that. All right, there you go. We even got the orange, just like the Aptera. Okay. Anyway, give you an idea of the vehicle. Now, getting back, that had a base price of $7,679 in 1984. That would have been what it's, I think. No, I think that's probably an automatic transmission, probably no air conditioning, so forth. That comes out to $20,000 in 2022 dollars. Let's just see if we can get this. That comes to, well, we can't get the highlighter. Cancel. Yeah, let's just see. Well, anyway, we're going to forget about that right now. So that's $20,000 in 2022 dollars. So they're beating the Aptera. The Aptera is about $4,000 or $5,000 more. But this could actually, whoop, this could actually 2x with options. Okay, so. But the Aptera was fourth, so we're a little pricier than the base Fiero. But with the options, $4,000 on to, let's say, eight. That'd be about $12,000. That is a well, that would be in 22. Anyway, it's close. Okay, pretty close. So what I'm saying is, I think we can use this number as a benchmark number for first year sales. And again, this is the base price number. I think if you worked all this math, if I did it all again, it would come out to be about equivalent to the base 2E of Aptera, two-seater, commuter car, so forth. Now, so we've got our benchmark. We're going to go with this number for potential first-year sales. And this is back of the napkin. We have nothing to base this on. They probably have internal marketing studies there. They have 16,000 pre-reservations. This is before there's any car to look at and touch and to see on the road. This, of course, has gone through a dealer's network. It's been advertised. It's been in print, so forth. But the main thing is there's working models out test driving and so forth. So the 16,000 pre-orders at Aptera, I don't know, can you 10x them probably? Anyway, and look at this total figure, and this was a troubled production. This we're looking at, I believe, pretty big sales numbers here and an equivalent price. So I think this is all pretty equivalent to, you might disagree, to the 2E. Now let's look at the overall battery electric vehicle sales forecast. Consumer interest and awareness combined influx of new EV choices, and this is a survey company. Now they said 650,000 in sales, okay, and that was in 2022, an increase of about 45% over 2021 sales. Okay, so this is during the pandemic. Now, they've upped this to 700,000 units in 2022. Demand for is also as high as EVs is also at its highest yet. Okay, but the point is these this data is moving so fast that they can't even keep up with the forecasts. So I just want to note that in this particular forecast here, the demand tripled. So anyway, those considering an EV went from 3% to 9%. And again, what did these things go up? 10%? In just a matter of months, they had to up the forecast. So we're looking at, exponential growth in the demand for EVs overall. And this is all before the macro events that we have happening now. Now, they're trying to stop demand destruction on the price of oil. So oil is artificially low right now, but I think we can expect the prices to at least stay where they are now at $5 to $6 a gallon, which is enough to motivate people to go to electric, in my opinion. Now let's move on. Now this is from Inside EVs, and I wanted to get an idea of where this is kind of a competitive analysis here of what we're looking at as far as competitors in this growing market, competitors with the Aptera. Now, here's the thing. These competitors are all sold through OEM marketing, so these prices may not even be, and I believe these prices are after tax credit, and they have with manufacturer plus destination charges, but they're tacking on additional fees. So we don't even know if these numbers are correct. But let's just go with what we have here. So the dealer network, okay, are the prices even close? The 2E has a range of 240 miles. Okay, so let's just draw on here. All right, 240 miles. Where are we at? I guess the Hyundai Kona is close, and the Chevy Bolt is close. Okay. So those are our main competitors here. The rest of these have much lower ranges. I don't think we have to consider them. And we know the troubled history of the Bolt. Okay. So there you go. And again, these are also sold through. So we got this one here and this one here. Slightly more mileage, but approximately the same. I mean, we could throw the Nissan Leaf in there, but let's just stick with these two. So as you can see, we got 25.9 here. We've already got both of these beat price-wise. Okay? And this is before any tax credit. Now, there's some question as to whether the Aptera is going to get a tax credit because it is a three-wheel vehicle. As you can see here, based on the range and the price, it's already competitive, very competitive. Now these are both 4-seat models and they're compact cars, but the price difference, I believe, makes the Aptera competitive, and for certain people, people that don't need 4 seats that are looking at a commuter car, the back seats aren't going to matter. And the self-charging is going to make such a difference. And the 110, the ability to charge on 110. I mean, all these factors. Yes. All right. The Fiero was the last 2-seater fuel-efficient car sold. Same purpose as the Aptera, 2-seater commuter car. Goal is to produce a car that could ride in the carpool lane with an occupant, and that was the reason for 3 wheels. Okay, getting back to the video. Anyway, this is the premise. We're going to base it on the Fiero because it's the closest thing to the Aptera that was sold in recent history in the United States. And we're only dealing with the United States. I think internationally the car is going to do very well. Don't you think so, Tom? The Aptera is going to do great in Asia. Absolutely. In China? Come on. Anyway, here's my back of the napkin sales forecast. This is not general accounting principles. This is my forecast. I've run some rough numbers here, and I think you're going to be astounded by these. Now, let's just go over this. Therefore, the base 2E is 29,500. Okay? So let's base this on the cheapest model, the base model, which is still a very good deal. Based on those prior forecasts and some other numbers I have crunched, the potential 2023 sales, gross sales, this number, and I double checked it, 3,518,256 million. Okay? That's a very big number. All right? Tesla's 53 billion by comparison. So you can see, relatively speaking, this is the gross sales number I get. So let me just go through the rationale for this. Demand has tripled for battery electric vehicles in the last year, 3 to 9% among people looking for cars. I have triples again. Let's say it triples again because it's compound. It's CAGR is going crazy. Let's say in 2023 the demand rises to 25% of new, or 27% of new car sales, which would be a 3x of this number, which is completely doable, I think. Therefore, that would give you 21 million battery electric vehicle sales in 2023. 1% of 21 million is 210,000. So 0.55% market share equals first year Fiero sales. So anyway, that's what I base this on. On this number, and 0.055% market share, 0.55. You think that's doable, Tom? Summary. So now this is answering my commenters about why the Foxconn Lordstown, or let's say Foxtron contract manufacturing. And by the way, Sandy Monroe, who's working at the manufacturing for the Aptera, has worked extensively with the Chinese. I'm sure he is well aware of what's going on with Foxconn. It's actually Foxtron. So the best answer to spooling up production for the Aptera, after they prototype the plant configuration and proof of manufacturing concept, would be contract manufacturing distribution by Foxconn Lordstown. Asset light post-IPO push to rapid mass production on the Aptera 2E. This, of course, is a thought exercise, but based on these numbers and these sales, the long-term potential is, Volkswagen Bug levels. Most manufactured vehicle in history. You know that? Anyway, I think if you really get to rapid mass production, cranking these Apteras out one every 4 minutes, one every 3 minutes, whatever. No stamping, molded body. I think it's doable. And I have a caveat down here. This is a rough back of the napkin, but the numbers are real that this is based on. With a successful technical 2022 launch of the Aptera 2E. So that's saying that there's no technical problems, the wheels don't fall off and so forth. I doubt if that's going to happen. It's a heavily engineered vehicle. And the absence of a short and distort attack. This is a very real, because they are going into OEM territory here. They may face a short and distort, but they have laid such a good basis for everything on YouTube. I think they could fight a short and distort, but still, this could knock down any stock, any capital raise, and you can have a Lordstown version 2. But without that, this could all unfold, in my opinion. Aptera has to be able to scale production and distribution is the only thing they have to do, and they can do that with Foxtron slash Lordstown contract manufacturing. And, they're making the motors at they could make the motors at Lordstown. Why ship them? Just another cost cutting. But here's a really cool looking Aptera off-road package with the full back solar cells. I think that's a great looking car. I'm going to change mine to that. And here's a tricked out VW. What do you think? Huh? All right, that's it. This is MXUX. Thanks for watching.